Big Johnny with Dorothy's got some leaflets in her hand there. Have a little wave, Dorothy. Hey. And we're supporting Billy Howarth today, running as Member of Parliament in Rochdale by handing leaflets out, and I've had the little speaker out. I just thought I'd come on. My second part of my 3-part stream. I'm going to be here for another half an hour. Going to head off home. I'll be back tonight, 10 p.m, Rochdale Leisure Centre. I've set the stream up, and we'll see if we can catch some of the candidates going in, maybe ask a few questions. We'll get Billy on, and we'll see how he's doing and stuff like that. And that'll be 10 o'clock tonight. But for now, I'll have to give you another half an hour, and then I'm getting off home and going to have a bit of a nap. Ivola's sunglasses said hi, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Dorothy, they've been busy today with leaflets, talking to people about Billy. We're running to an independent, the independent new reporter who did a little interview with me. She asked me what some of the things Billy's fighting for, which I said I mentioned the little kid who died of mould poisoning. He wants to do more on housing, he wants to do more on that, and he wants to do a lot more community-based work, and that's what he wants to do. For the children, Dorothy says, for the kids. So we've had a nice morning. It's a bit chilly, talking with members of the public about elections, voting and stuff like that. No matter who they are, we talk to them. There's not many people who've refused our leaflets. Most people have took them, but a lot of people we've seen today said they're voting for Billy. Is that not right? A lot of the local shopkeepers and the locals are all supporting him on Yorkshire Street. So onwards and upwards for Billy. He'll have another election in November when they hold the general election, which I hope he goes for. At the bottom of the page, you can see a PayPal link for him. He's delivered thousands of leaflets, obviously, and it's not, when you're running for Member of Parliament, it's not just 7,000 leaflets for awards. You need 50,000 leaflets. So Billy's going to need a few quid, so I will put some money in myself, and I'm hoping other people do. Let's support with even as a registered political party, our aim is to support independents and people who want to stand up and be counted. If you want to join our party, there's mine and Pat's emails. You can contact us through there, or contact us through our nationalisingparty.uk website. But yeah, we're in Rochdale. We want people to vote. Today it's general election day. What's going to happen with the candidates? There's 11. Let me see, get my list out. Or if they're busy handing out leaflets. So let's... Oh!
We care about our children.
Azir Ali, Labour withdrew its support for Councillor Azir Ali after he was embroiled in an anti-Semitism row. We hate them words. And the deadline has passed for his party to choose a new contender. Simon Dansack is Reform UK's candidate. He was elected as Labour MP for Rochdale in 2010, but was suspended from the party in 2015 after it emerged he exchanged explicit texts with a 17-year-old girl. A former Labour MP who represented constituencies in Glasgow, London, Bradford, George Galloway, is contesting Rochdale for the Workers' Party of Britain. Ian Donaldson is the Liberal Democrat candidate for Rochdale. He has 19 years of experience as a councillor and has been endorsed by Paul Rowan, who was a Lib Dem MP for Rochdale between 2005 and 2010. In a statement on the Lib Dem website, he said Labour had taken people for granted because they just don't listen. Now, Lib Dems, according to information I have, I can't 100% guarantee it's 100% true, but the sources it's come from, I trust. The Lib Dems tried to run one of the two council candidates who give references to the Rochdale 9. So get that. So there's two councillors in Rochdale at the time of the three girls scandal who give references to one of the guys who was convicted. They apologised afterwards. The Lib Dems tried to run that candidate, that person. That's how much they're unaccountable. They think that because they've been embroiled in something before, people will forget. But we didn't forget. Also, the Labour candidate, Azir Ali, he's a second choice because Billy called out the first one who's a dodgy landlord. Is that not right? That first Labour candidate was a dodgy landlord that Billy called out. Yep. He was a dodgy landlord, don't look after his houses, and he was trying to run, so Billy called him out. So Billy's called out the Lib Dems, the Labour already. No one else has done anything like this. The Conservative candidate for Rochdale, Paul Ellison, owns and runs a landscaping company. He told a local newspaper he has volunteered and campaigned across the borough for 30 years. Guy Otten is a Green Party candidate for Rochdale until some of his old social media posts resurfaced and caused the party to withdraw from their endorsement. Oh, these people are weak. They're weak. You know, something happens. Oh, I'm withdrawing. Mr. Otten, a retired lawyer, said on X, formerly known as Twitter, in 2013 that the Quran was not fit for the 21st century, and that's it. The Lib Dems have thrown him under the bus. Next on the list is our man Billy, William Howarth, co-founder Against Parents Against Grooming. I don't need to write anything on the sheet because I can tell you off the back of my head. Billy set up PAG for UK with Linda Phillips on the back end of kids being abused at No View and Cambridge House by Cyril Smith. Now, this is what Linda was like. Linda never gave money to a charity. What Linda did, she filled suitcases up and went to the area where people needed stuff and give it them. And she would never give it to a charity because she knew that them charities suck up loads of the money for themselves. That was our Linda. Linda's dead. She died 2 years ago. We had a big funeral for her. She was a beautiful woman. Fostered over 100 kids in her life, and some of them were for long term. At least a dozen of them were for long term. And a pillar of the community, that's Linda Phillips. And Billy started PAG UK up on the back end of No View and Cambridge House, which Linda had been fighting for years to get accountability from the council. What else does Billy do? Catches paedophiles, guys. I've edited a couple of videos where he's caught paedophiles. What else does he do? If they're in an area, if it comes to light that there's someone hanging around and in a school or something like that, Billy does a park patrol or a safety patrol and will go and patrol them schools. Also, what did he do? When he started up PAG UK, Billy went to all the taxi ranks in the town centre and said, sort your taxi guys out. If you don't, well, you're going to get shut down. The police never did this. Billy had to do it himself. Police could have done that. But no, the police are too afraid to act on the fear of being called them buzzwords that we don't like. So Billy did it. And I could safely say that the taxi ranks that are in the centre of Rochdale are very clean now to what they used to be. Let me just tell you that. So that's Billy, PAG UK Billy. Like I said, I don't need anything written down. I know Billy well, and I know a lot of the stuff he's done. He's got a hub and a support centre. So if you're a victim of child abuse or anything like that, you can get in contact with the PAG UK shop at the top of Yorkshire Street, and they have trained girls who can talk to survivors and victims and anybody. It's also they sell second-hand clothing and stuff like that. It's is it a non-profit? Is it? Yeah, PAG UK is a non-profit organisation, so nobody gets paid and all the work is voluntary. But it's in Rochdale, the top of Yorkshire Street, the top end of town. If you Yeah, and yeah, definitely it works with Survive. Oh, what are the girls? Yeah. Right, so the girls who work, who spend the time, give the time, volunteer for PAG UK, some of them are survivors themselves as well. So these girls are trained, they all have diplomas for talking to people and stuff like that. I just cannot say enough about Billy's. I can't say enough about Billy's PAG UK. I really can't say enough about PAG UK and Billy and the stuff he does. I can't. And I know Billy. I've known Billy for now 6-7 years. Billy lets me speak at his demos and supports me and whatever we can do. So that is why I am in Rochdale today, because he's a good friend of mine. And if I want to champion somebody in Rochdale, then Billy Howarth is that man who I'm going to champion. But thank you very much, Big Johnny. I'm reporting from Rochdale Centre. It's election day. We're hoping people are going to the polls and voting. So we want people voting. Remember, your vote counts. We're never going to do anything until we change the system, guys. We need to get voting. People need to get more involved. They need to get more involved. Otherwise, as Dorothy says, our kids are just going to get abused more and discriminated against. But Big John, I'm in Rochdale. Thank you, 37 watching at once. Thank you very much. I have had a few. I've had a couple of streams where I've had 5,000 people watching, but 40 is more than enough. Thank you very much, everyone. We've had a great day. This will be my last stream till 10 o'clock tonight, and then I'll be at Rochdale, which is that way, Leisure Centre, behind the riverside, or across the road, and it's down there. So that's where I will be, 10 p.m. tonight till about 11:30. And if you want to get on something, tune into my YouTube tomorrow. I'm doing a special report from Leeds Crown Court tomorrow. And that'll be from morning. So tune in. You're not going to get any action like this. I'm hoping there'll be media there, possibly even some lefties, possibly even people like Hope Not Here will be out tomorrow. Leeds Crown Court. Big John will be there. Big John will be at Leeds Crown Court tomorrow. Cockmeister, absolutely disgusting, but you don't know about this. Billy, PAG UK Billy, he's had the same thing. Somebody in the street threatened, racially abused him in the street because Billy, he said to Billy, do you support Palestine? And Billy said, is that the first thing you're going to ask me? And Billy's a running candidate, and the guy gave him a tirade. He's been arrested as well. What they've done against that Simon Dansack, that guy who's done that against him, I'm sorry, if he's not got a British passport, definitely needs locking up, then deporting. If he's got a British passport, should get 10 years for that. 10 years for that, I'm telling you. 10 years. That's what he should get, minimum. Minimum. It's absolutely disgraceful. And thank you, Tina. I got your email. Thank you very much, love. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, honestly, Cockmeister, absolutely disgusting. And I hope that Reform absolutely push to have that guy locked up for 10 years minimum. I hope they do that. And I support them. We can't have people. All right? We can't have people saying that towards a running Democratic candidate. We can't. Don't matter who it is. Even if it was a Nazi, He cannot be treated like that in public. You can't say things like that about people. Just because you don't like them, don't mean you can threaten them with the inch of their lives and stuff like that. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I'm not a fan of reform, but I'm certainly not having that against Simon Dansack. If we see him tonight, and I'll tell him that, I'll tell him, make sure you take that guy to court and he gets minimum 10 years. That's what I'll say, and I'll support him on that, absolutely 100%. But it's wrong. If we're going to let people do that, then our system's going to go out the window. People will be threatened left, right and centre all the time. And if we look at it right now, lots of MPs are standing down because they don't feel safe, because the police are shit houses. They won't do nothing. The councils and our political classes, they won't do nothing because they're shit houses as well. And I'll tell you that. I'll tell that to them straight to the faces. Straight to the faces. Are you from Rochdale? Yeah. Whereabouts? Scotland area. Yeah. So your mum and dad, are they voting? Your parents, are they going to be voting? Right, they have a white card and make sure they vote. Say you've seen a big guy called John here. It's not, it's a fake one. Come on, man, it's a fake. Look at it, look at staring it, you know what I mean? But yeah, tell them to vote, yeah? How come you're not at school? All right, right. Just checking, just checking. Right, pal. Yeah, yeah.
Nice to meet you, mate. I'm Damien.
Right. Yeah, good. I'm live at the moment, but it's all right. Just we're putting the world to rights, aren't we, Dorothy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of technical leaflets, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had a good response. Yeah.
This is who we're fighting for, Billy. He's somewhere else.
Yeah, he's coming. He's coming down here some soon. But are you into politics, or do you watch it or anything?
Oh, the crooks, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But this by-election is decided on Israel and Palestine, 3,000 miles away, and 90% of the UK has nothing to do with us. I was born in 1967. That conflict started in 1940 odd, and yesterday Billy was walking round. He had his rosette on. Spoke to a guy, shook his hand, and the guy said, "Do you support Palestine?" And Billy just said, "Is that the first question you're going to ask me?" You know what I mean? Fucking Palestine. And you know, I don't care about Israel, don't care about Palestine or Ukraine. Leave all them. Let's sort our country out first. That council meeting, she told you about council meeting. It's a circus, mate. It's a fucking circus, mate. My 16-year-old Shania could do better than all them in council. And they're calling each other, "Oh, you Tories are all racist." Well, who says things like that?
At least independent. Well, yeah. Well, it all kicks off. So apparently the fellas, they think he's had an heart attack, hasn't he, the fella who they threw out?
The Asian guy?
Yeah.
So they're not going to ban him now?
I don't know. We don't know how it's going to go yet. We're going to see if it has the same standards. I mean, he could die. We don't know.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you on here. Thank you very much. Like I said, just a quick stream. I'm finishing soon. We'll be headed home, and then I'll be back out 10 o'clock tonight. And we'll see what goes on then. But yeah, Simon Dansack did not deserve anything of that video that he got, and I just hope that guy gets locked up for years, because it's wrong. Now, I'm just let's put roles reversed. That was a white guy threatening somebody else of a different colour. I'll tell you what, he'd be in court quicker than you can sneeze. And you sneeze at 100 miles an hour. Quicker than that guy would be in court. I want this other guy in court, and I want him locked up for 10 years for threatening to kill somebody and all the nasty bullying, buzzword abuse he got. I want him locked up, and Billy's already got someone locked up, and I want him jailed as well for abusing him. We've left our country for other people from another country to just abuse everything here. That's all I see through this election. I'm sorry, I'm just being blunt, guys. If you don't like me tone, then I'm sorry, but that's what I see in this election. It's all revolving around foreign conflicts that have nothing to do with the majority of the United Kingdom. See you, mate. See you. Take it easy, pal. So why we're letting it? Why we're letting other countries influence our political decisions? That's wrong. That's wrong on every level. I just don't understand. You know, if you support Israel, you support Israel. Great stuff. If you support Palestine, you support Palestine. Great stuff. If you support Ukraine, fair enough, you support Ukraine. What about supporting the UK once every now and then? It'd be just amazing if one mainstream politician said, forget you lot, let's focus on the UK. Let's focus on the UK. No, we focus on Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, and everything else around the world except for our own people. I just don't get it, me. While there's people in... I could start going on about that jab and COVID, how many people have died and have had issues since having the jab. They won't even talk about that. There's people freezing in the houses because they can't afford the energy bills because these green tards who here have made us cut off all our oil and coal. It's just absolutely ridiculous, guys. It really is. Big John here reporting from Rochdale. We've not had much. We had a couple of guys shouting at us this morning saying voting's no good. But on the general, everybody has been nice with us. Me and Dorothy have talked to dozens of people today about issues that we've got and stuff like that. I managed to get the Independent to interview me a little bit about Billy. And then she wanted a few words about myself and my party, which I did. I'm quite open, me. I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to hide my leaflets. I'll give them to anybody who they ask. We've had quite a few brews at the Regal Moon. I feel a bit bloated now because of them lattes. Oh. We do summertime, Sue. We do. We do, and the issues are not Palestine or Israel. I'm sorry, I know people don't like me saying things like that about Israel, but it's nothing to do with the UK, guys. It's nothing to do. The Israel and Palestine conflict is not gonna reduce your energy bills. The Israel-Palestine conflict is not gonna sort out your housing. The Israel-Palestine conflict is not going to sort out that little black kid who died of mold poisoning. That's not going to help him and his family. The Israeli-Palestine and Ukraine conflict is not going to get our schools in any better shape. It isn't. It's not going to help the housing market, it's not going to help building houses for us or anything. That's why we shouldn't be involved in any of that rubbish. I'm sorry, guys. I know people support Israel. I don't support any of them. I support the United Kingdom. That's what I support.
I support these two things that keep me stood with.
So that's what I'm saying. So look at your independence wherever you live. Join a party. Join the National Housing Party. Run as a candidate for us. You'll get lots of support. We're hoping to have candidates in Leicester. Another candidate in the Wirral. We've even got two members, Davy and Caroline, who come down the other week, and Davy's ready to run in Scotland. And we've also opened a Northern Ireland register, and we've got a couple of members in Northern Ireland. Right, I'm not expecting to get as big as the Tories or Labour, but what I am expecting is to change people's voting habits and get them stop voting for these highly dubious mainstream political parties who don't care about normal UK people. They just care about everything else around the world except for us. You just couldn't make it up. You really couldn't make it up, guys. What? All right, sorry. So hopefully tonight a bit of action. Well, you can do if you want to. Let me give you a few. Don't throw them in bin. Please hand them to everyone. Please, it's important. When you grow up, make sure you vote as well. Yeah? Because you can vote. Yeah, just hand them to people. Tell them to vote and hand them to people. Thank you, lads. Thank you. I've been doing stuff at schools in Oldham, and a lot of the kids, all I tell them is, when you're 18, you vote for me. That's what you do. You vote for John. You know what I mean? I've had pictures with them and all that, and they said they're going to vote for me because they like what I say at the schools. So that's another good point. But we've got a lot of problems with our youth at the moment, guys. There's kids, teenagers are stabbing each other all over the country. No one's willing to tackle it. Nobody really is willing to tackle it. I'll talk about it, but not everyone talks about it. They don't talk about it in the council because it might upset certain communities and stuff like that, or upset certain people. And unfortunately, a lot of our councils across the UK are just run by gangsters anyway, so they don't want to upset the gangsters, do they? But, you know, let's get out of that. Let's get real people who are not box tickers into positions in the council. Let's get Andrew Barry, because Andrew Barry's good with housing. Andrew Barry had, just as an example, Andrew Barry and his dad had built houses for 50 years. I want Andrew Barry on the council giving advice about housing and stuff like that. Gerald Fisher, just an example, Gerald Fisher is ex-forces. So I want an ex-forces person on the council to talk about homelessness and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? No, we don't need any more of them, Andrew. Obviously, let me just look at someone else. Summertime Sue. So Summertime Sue's an example. Has her own business, and she's an hairdresser, and she's been in that business 20 years, so she knows about the books and stuff like that. I want Summertime Sue on the council, so we've got somebody with experience, not just a box ticker. We want someone on the council with experience in businesses and stuff like that. Let me get to the next one, the Cockmeister. Cockmeister, you worked for a road company, and it's been in your blood, your family blood, for the past 50 years. I want you on that council because you've got skills and knowledge about roads and stuff like that. I want you on the council, not a box ticker like we have. Understand me, guys? That's what I want to see in the council. People not just don't tick boxes, but people who are going to do the job and know about the stuff they're doing. Scott, yes, I remember you. Yeah, I'm still on it now. We've just been joined by somebody who was a survivor from the Knoll View Cambridge House days. I'm not going to give much details out about him. I'm not going to put him on picture, but it's weird. They should do, honestly, they should do. But I've been up to where the Seven Sisters are and all the, there's loads of empty flats. Yeah.
Could you see me?
Yeah.
Yo, listen, Rochdale Council needs to put a finger out the arse. They need to give me a fucking house or a hostel. So I'm born in this town. Because I moved away when I made it's not my fault. Tell you, Rochdale Council, you better give me a fucking hostel.
Well, what can I say, guys? Housing. I talk about housing all the time, and this guy.
I'm sleeping on the street. Yeah, I might look decent. There's no excuse. Keep yourself clean and tidy. But I am sleeping on the street.
See, sleeping on the street, no housing. And I told you, for 2 days up there near the Seven Sisters, I've been delivering leaflets. They're out. Half them flats are empty. And they could.
I hope he gets. I hope he goes all the way. I do.
Yeah.
Really do. You know, so he's amazing. What he's doing. What he's doing.
Come on, vote for Billy. Come on, vote for Billy.
Yeah, what he's doing for these kids.
Yeah, he's a good man, and he's a good man. Couple of thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's on YouTube now. Do you hear that, Rochdale Council? Pull your finger out. You've got all them empty flats up the top there. There's nothing else. Seven Sisters, nearly more than half of them. Them 7 blocks of flats, I would say, is only a third full. And there's 7 blocks, and they're just a third full. There's hardly anybody in them, and there's so much housing space there. They was going to get knocked down, but I've been told they're not doing now, and they're going to rework them and get the flats out one at a time back to the council and get people in them. But it's absolutely shocking for housing in Rochdale, in Oldham. That's why I started up the National Housing Party. So, guys, I don't want box tickers. I want people who've got them skills. So if Andrew Barry is good with housing, I want Andrew Barry on my council. I want him as one of our councillors so he can give his advice and expertise on housing. We don't have that in the council. We just have people who tick boxes. A lot of the councils now are ticking boxes. That's why they're going bankrupt, because they mismanage the council. They never used to be like this. But it is now because they're mismanaged and they're full of box tickers. And I'll be completely honest and brutally straight with you like that. I've said that to Nick Buckley on a Nick Buckley interview. Box tickers. So yeah, John Lawrence, National Housing Party. We're down here. We're in Rochdale today, supporting Billy Howarth, independent for Member of Parliament in Rochdale. He's got a bit of a mission, but there's a general election in November, and I would like people to donate to him to get some leaflets. Again, I'm off for 2 years, me. I will be campaigning and going round my end, but after this May, there's no election for 2 years for me, so I'm going to support Billy. I'm going to support Angie in the Wirral. We're going to Leicester to support Tracy there, and then I'll be in Scotland as well as Oldham. But that's for next 2 years. But we're in Rochdale. I'm going to go now, but thank you for tuning in. I'll be live 10 o'clock. Yeah, they are, Andrew. They are, honestly, they are. There's a lot to... I will do a stream one day, and I'll show you some interesting stuff related to Oldham. But I'm going for now. I'll be back around 10 o'clock tonight. Hopefully, I'll get a good stream. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much, pal. Thank you. That's great. That's great. That's good. That's good. So I'll see you all later. 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you very much.